tokens up and running. It is multi-sided. All you have to do is right-click on it, and it should pull up the little multi-sided little thing, and you can just slide it around your coat and your hat and all that stuff. Your maximum hit points. I think you never increased your maximum hit points when you leveled up.
Possibly.
Because I think you have. I think I saw 10 when I was modifying the token.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Let's see.
I don't know how
Eric,
It's gross.
Well, I guess you're not drinking the Four Loko.
I'm drinking it.
Even if it does taste terrible. Eric, I've created a deck for Bardic Inspiration.
Ooh, a dice.
Oh, wow.
It's even the proper die
From?
size.
A die.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I see it.
And you can deal those out to people when you use your Bardic Inspiration. You can draw from them, I think.
Yep,
like
I
that.
just drew one.
Put it back,
Bardic
jackass.
Inspiration. No!
You don't have Bardic Inspiration.
Hold on. Yes,
oh
I
my
do.
Gosh,
I rolled a
I
17.
think Ryan forgot. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I pickpocketed his Bardic Inspiration, so suck it. Just like that bloomin' onion.
Ryan, did you?
That's what I'm saying. Yes. No.
Hey, Ian.
Hi.
Wait,
Hey, Ryan.
am I an hour late?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Just kidding.
No.
I don't know how time works.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. Okay.
I'm in,
Forwards,
guys.
never backwards.
I made it.
I made it.
It's not a constant.
Is that how
Okay,
that
okay,
works?
Doc.
Just
Okay,
exist.
Doc Brown. You're
Yeah,
quite
wait, I thought there was a million different times and something dimensions.
We're not working. We're not working. We're not worried
This
about
isn't
the
the
time. Right?
Spider-Verse.
This isn't the Spider-Verse.
Also-
Spider-Verse. Anyway.
That was an incredible movie, for those who have not seen it.
I
Okay,
have not.
fair enough.
I'm on the way. Go ahead and do your thing. I'll be right back.
Okay. Lastly, you guys now have a player marker under your player character section. You can just pin that to the map, and you'll be able to onto it, so you guys can track locations that you want to do or want to keep track of. Vivi and Jim Heim's noble houses actually are located on the map now. We've got pins for those.
Ooh.
Did you pin the brewery? Have we
The
discussed that?
brewery. I'll pin the brewery.
I have an idea.
I see the
Okay.
Pin up a little map. Yeah, let me grab my pen. I'll pin the brewery. Where did I put it? So I have lost my.
He means his uncle's brewery.
Yeah.
So while Charlie's doing that, who wants to do the recap? I can do the recap if nobody's up for it.
It's just been so long.
I remember I have a
I
fight
get it.
tonight.
I mean,
No, that's tomorrow night.
Oh, I guess we haven't slept yet.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I'll do the recap.
mimosas.
I know
There were
we're going
mimosas.
to enter an owlbear race, right?
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this character by character.
That's
He's
kind
sake.
of how it went. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of went.
Yeah.
So
There.
King, on his way home, ran into this weird guy. Interacted with him for a bit. Got called down an alleyway. Who apparently had been like the guy had been following her, and she was grateful that he's finally gone. Doesn't really remember going home, but he got home. I'm there, but had a conversation with Nyx. Find that Shinza, one of his retainers, is missing. See, Vivi managed to bend the laws of time and space from the comfort of her bubble bath. Had a conversation with Jim Heim. Dreams about her sister. Jimheim had weird dreams about
Flying.
through a crystal city and a weird young lady in a mirror or a sort of pane of glass or crystal. A dream or an encounter or something with a weird fucking parrot. It sounds even less interesting when I say it aloud. And Izo just had breakfast. Had to go to his 9 to 5, which is even less interesting.
I actually have. I'm halfway. I'm already halfway through my.
That's correct. You delivered to the cannery.
Yes.
Where you were almost assaulted by starving.
Yep.
It's like cutting off your mic almost every 3
We
seconds.
saved those. I remember we saved children. Oh, and we saw the guy want to murder. Somehow.
Did you drink the Ford Loco?
Ford Loco? Did I
Ford
drink
Loco?
it? I am drinking it. It tastes
Ford.
like shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are not good. I haven't had one in
Yeah.
a long time. I remember them
It
tasting.
fucks you
awful.
up though.
They only had watermelon and fruit punch. None of those sounded good, but I would
They're
prefer
not.
fruit punch over watermelon.
I'm
Did
sorry,
they
I'm
have-
derailing everything. I apologize, everybody.
I think the last one I had was like
It's
an
okay, I
apple
think-
one,
I
and it was
ruined the
god-awful.
game.
Yeah, my little brother said don't do the black cherry one because it's the worst and it's not worth it.
I have the fruit punch one. I wasn't. I mean, it's better than the other two. Which isn't saying much.
I mean, it tastes like shit. I mean, it's not horrible. I've had worse taste. Like, I'd rather drink this than like a Bud Light, but it's not great. And I should probably stop.
Should I chug some wine? Is that thing? Does that the kids do nowadays?
The answer is never chugging wine.
I could probably continue off the recap where he left off because it seems like his internet curse-blackled.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, Gemheim had his dream flying through stuff and then woke up in his hotel in Koliot Towers. It was not a flashback as we were all very confused, assuming everyone else was having a flashback, but not. And it woke up to Lucius's butler, found out that he found out where he was the last couple days, and said he has a full schedule and needs to go back to his family and to his dad. And he was like, yeah, sure, and then walked out, left him a very nice letter about smelling
Oh, he's a fish.
smelling his own farts, and jumped out the window. Didn't jump out the window, sorry. He climbed out the window down to Oz's room, where Oz promptly ignored him, thinking he was the parrot. It was great. And Oz left to go talk to Vivi, and talked to Jem, but Lucius, again, was in front of Jem's room. Had a little banter back and forth about possible pimping. Left into Vivi's room to get Gemheim from the window. Found out he was there, went and had breakfast. Tried to avoid Lucius some more. Seems like he knows who Vivi really is. Fucking bastard. Had mimosas, that's great. Koliot is sexist against King because he's too sexy. Obviously, he's not allowed to be in there, but we charmed him. Well, Gemheim did.
I kept trying to refer to saying that someone had a pet, what I think was targeted towards Oz, and that's just very rude.
It is very rude. I cannot believe that. And then after our mimosa breakfast, we immediately get confronted
Mimosa!
by Seth Cromley, one of the
Kyle, say
from the
mimosa.
guys from the Watch.
Guys, King.
Mimosa,
Oh
yes.
yes, beautiful. You can say that. Makes me very happy. But Vivi had a court date and a fine that she didn't have to pay, as we found out later. But we met up with Izo, who had a full job, as we found out, and he got confronted in Dock Ward at his first stop, but got off pretty good there for reasons.
They got the people the homeless men who just wanted something to drink.
Yep.
We're ended up getting beaten up by the guards.
But it's okay. They're humans. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? No one. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So then we all again meet up with Izo, head up to the rest of his stuff, but we only make it to I think one other stop before seeing the children, as I think Josh already mentioned.
Yes.
And that was again during all the court date stuff. Oh yeah, and that was also when Oz stole a paper and we talked about possibly entering the owlbear race with our own cart.
We got the children candy.
Got the children candy.
We had that confrontation with the guardsman
Durnan.
that is super racist.
Mm-hmm. Very racist against little boys. That's just rude. And after the court date, there was also Victor Saint Domain, that dumb bastard, getting interviewed. Probably it was all staged, you know. They'd do it on purpose for sure. For his new book. Fuck that guy. He's an asshole.
Such an egotist.
Yeah, full of ego. It's just I can't believe people like that. It's impossible to work with him. And I shut Oz up before he made a scene, and we continued off to meet with Gemheim and Izo up the road past the courthouse, I'm gonna call it. And that's where we left off.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, give me just 1 second here.
I mean, I only watched the session like maybe 10 times.
So that's how it got so many views.
No.
It only has 10 views.
Yeah, only 10.
Oh, okay. So I thought I had like 40 something.
No.
Um,
No, that ain't right.
I haven't caught up yet.
there you go. Okay, so Vivi now has 2 inspiration. So we open up with the you guys have arrived at the intersection around the market. It's filled with stalls. There's a guy peddling fish, trying to insist that his fish is the freshest in the city, guaranteed. And he's like shoving fish into your face, asking if you want to buy, stuff like that. The guy across the street from him is like, "Don't buy from him, buy from me. My fish is the freshest." And you're just sort of like having to work Sybil and the rest of the cart through here. Izo, why don't you give me a animal handling check, just to see how fast you're able, how fast you're able to go.
Wait, sorry?
Give me an animal handling check, Izo.
You got it. That's not going to be good. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, yeah, so you make good time as you're pushing through the market. Again, just like press of bodies as you're heading through here. So let's see, you'd probably head this way. You start to pass the Field of Triumph, where you've heard that the Owlbear Grand Prix signups are. If you want to do that now, or if you can come back later. Otherwise, we can just continue on to your next destination.
You should probably do it later because, you know, you're doing your job. We're just following you, you know?
We also have to acquire an owlbear, a fine specimen of owlbearness. We don't have any so far.
We'll probably get one not here. I think this is where we'd probably sign up, not where we would get an owlbear.
Precisely.
Yes, so I feel like we should just... We'll come back later.
Okay. So you guys pass over that. Let's see here. Let's scroll down here. Right. Okay. Right about this point, it's around noon, 11:30, something like that. When you finally get to Izo's next stop. But at this point, you've entered into C Ward. The kids are very excited and they're staring at all the fancy buildings. You get the impression they've never been to this section of the city before.
It's not a good place to beg.
Uh,
Beat children here for being on the street.
not quite that bad, but I mean, they definitely get chased away. That being said, the scene that you sort of come up to is a little strange for Seaward, in that you're looking at a lot of blue collar guys. There are essentially like a handful of like cafes and bistros right around here, and what you're looking at is basically a food stall with a dragonborn behind the counter. He's serving up food to guys in like knee-high rubber boots and waiters. It looks like they might be fishermen or guys who are working out on the mudflats. There's that gate right next to you. You can actually see it from where you are. That leads out to mudflats, and looks like these guys probably spend their days digging up razor clams and stuff like that. Right now, it's lunch break.
Said I bet they're clammers.
Yeah, but right now they're all gathered around this food stall, enjoying their lunch break. And Izo, you pull up with the cart, and you're not exactly sure where you're supposed to be delivering it. It just told you to come to this address, but it doesn't look like this guy sells beer.
Interesting. So there's a guy there. What does the store look like?
I'm sorry, what look like, the store?
Oh yeah, is that the cart?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Oh. Then I guess how big? Describe this dragonborn.
About 6.5 feet tall. Bronze-colored scales. He's wearing like a smock and an apron, and he seems to be making sandwiches consisting, like the main ingredient is this meat that's pulled out of like a spicy smelling brown gravy. It's actually extremely aromatic and very like not Waterdavian. It actually smells like more something like King might be familiar with, something sort of more exotic like that, heavily spiced.
This actually
What's
sounds
that?
fantastic.
What's that fantastic aroma I detect?
Oh, just the sandwiches. You want one?
I smell heavy amounts of flavor, and the answer is yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We would all like some sandwiches.
Like the idea King isn't familiar with sandwiches. Anyway,
Do you place the order? Oh, I gotta get my voice. Where is that? That wasn't
Okay.
it.
That's how I always feel.
well, while you find your voice, he'll start serving up sandwiches to Vivi and King. They're 2 copper apiece.
Splendid, yes. Anyone else wants
Oh,
some?
Eric, I think Eric's
These
trying
are
to say something, but I couldn't hear him.
I'll take one of those sandwiches as well, thank you.
Oh, certainly. I'm sorry. Do you want beef, lamb, or chicken?
Beef for sure.
I'm going to stop you right there. I don't have chicken.
Beef.
Oh well.
I'll take the most succulent youngest lamb you have.
Okay, I've got 1 lamb. Okay, gotcha.
I look at the children.
Mm-hmm.
Beef or
They're all
lamb?
they're all looking at you, and they're just like,
Do you guys want sandwiches?
lamb.
Yeah, you want to cook up one of these kids?
Nat shoots a glare at Oz, and the kids are all just like, they all talk for a second, and they're like, beef.
For beef.
For beef.
The kids actually like look sort of surprised at that. They thought you were buying one for all 3 of them, but they're like, get our own?
Yeah.
The guy starts fixing up the sandwiches, and he's just like, no, I didn't place a beer order, unfortunately.
Is there a shop behind him?
There is. It's not really a shop. It's more of a bistro. And you see lounging over there, the only customer, he's like under an awning, is a gentleman with blonde hair, fancy dress. He's escorted by a pair of house guards. Vivi and Jimheim, you two would recognize. You don't recognize the guy personally, but you would recognize the heraldry on his house guards as belonging to House Roaring Horn, which is one of the most powerful and oldest families in Waterdeep. So we're talking I believe it's blue and white is House Roaring Horn. Probably, and they have the pattern of a sleeping blue dragon on their armor.
I'm definitely
But that
hiding,
guy's just sort of lounging and sipping.
Yeah, I start just like kind of.
hiding
Oh,
in my
well,
hat and jacket as
well.
much as I can.
Vivi,
And-
do you see? Do you see? It's a roaring horn over there.
Yeah, just don't look at him. Don't look
What do you
at
do?
him.
How do you handle these situations?
I just don't fucking come here ever.
Oh, well,
That's
we already
usually
messed up
the
that one.
big secret, but
Okay.
we're just hanging out. It's okay. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Jump. It's fine.
Okay.
My lord, is this your establishment?
So Izo approaches the guy. The guy sort of looks up from his wine. Yeah. Let me guess, you're the beer deliverer.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, excellent. Nice to meet you. Caecilius Roaringhorn. He stands up and he goes to shake your hand. Then he stops and he has one of his guards shake your hand.
Izo.
That's nice. This isn't my establishment. I was just having lunch. I assume you have my 3 kegs.
Oh, do I look at the list? Is it 3 kegs?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, excellent. I have a bit of a favor, though. I asked you to meet me here because the place I actually need the kegs is a little off the grid. I wonder if you'd be interested in making a little extra coin and help me deliver the kegs for the rest of the way. I'd have my guards do it, but you can't.
Am
really
I
protect
around
me.
to hear that?
Yeah, you guys, all of you are around to hear this.
They're your kegs. Where you need them, I take them.
That's a good point. If that's the case.
Can I do an insight check to see if this guy is being
Actually,
suspicious?
I'm going to do one of those too.
Sure.
Oh, God.
They're no.
What do I know?
They're always suspicious.
I mean, he's a roaring horn. Why would he ever lie? What's he got to lie about? But he just
He knew there were 3 kegs.
Yep.
List says 3 kegs. He knew that. It sounds legit to me.
but he'll sit down and he'll just tell you, finish your lunch. I'm going to finish mine. Once we're done, I'll show you where to go.
Yes, sir.
I like this one. And he as he's talking to his guards. King, as you're sitting there enjoying your succulent gravy-filled sandwich, you notice a little something strange. Number one, the bread, it's like sourdough. It's a really good sourdough, and it tastes vaguely familiar, but not as familiar as some of the people you see helping deliver bread to the back of the shop. You see a trio of gnolls unloading bread off of a cart with a symbol sort of painted on the side of like 3 black wavy lines. But it's Shinza, Zanba, and D are all unloading bread and putting it into this store for somebody.
I cock my head and I stride on over, still eating my sandwich. Shanza! Losing my voice. Shinza, Zamba, D, what are you doing here?
Majesty! 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 D's just like... laugh. But they... Shinza's just like, we're helping deliver food.
Where have you been? You weren't at the hideout. We're in the loft this morning. We're wondering where you were.
Oh,
Living bread for who?
that would be my fault. And coming out from the store is a young woman, blonde hair, green eyes, very petite frame. You immediately recognize her. King is your landlady. She owns the bakery just directly below your apartment. Shinza was helping me. You know her as Leah Blackwater, but she'll come out. She was helping me with the morning prep work and stuff like that. And I was teaching her a few things about baking. She gave me gloves so I don't get dough in my fur.
gloves. I hadn't considered that before. Excellent idea. Pleasure.
I
to
made
see you, Miss
brownies!
Delicious.
Majesty, I made brownies. I made brownies.
Ooh, I am excited beyond belief to try these brownies.
D ate the brownies. D smiles.
Did D enjoy the brownies?
He nods.
That is
did
good enough for me.
Did you have something else?
Just gonna try and schmooze on Miss Blackwater. Oh, Lady Blackwater, pleasure to see you as always.
I'm gonna push King out of the way, and I'm gonna introduce myself to.
Okay.
Oh, it's Blue Blood. Nice to meet you. I was wondering, you into short guys?
Oh, short. Now you gotta
Direct.
add yourself to that list.
Yeah.
I should have a better word.
Can I do an insight check to see how she takes that?
Yes, you may.
Can I make a flirt check first?
You can give me you can give me a charisma check.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Persuasion?
Roll for hot.
Roll for
Deception?
hot.
Yeah.
Charisma?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Like the public roll thing is screwing me up.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. She smiles. She's just like, maybe.
Oh, I forgot to introduce
If they're the right person.
Ugh.
forgot to introduce a friend of mine. I believe you two just met. His name is Oz, and he is quite a capable companion I have recently been cavorting with.
Oh.
Hey, what do you do around here?
I make the best damn sourdough in the city, for one thing.
That she does.
I just happen to love sourdough.
Well, you should definitely come by the shop sometime.
Where is it?
She gives you a wink. Oh, I'm in Southern Ward.
Okay, I think I will.
Okay, yeah, she'll give you an address. I'll add it to the map later.
Okay, she gives me her number. Cool.
Yeah, sure. That's the way of thinking of it. But yeah, she just says, I was helping teach Shinza, and she was helping me do prep work. I apologize for stealing your gnolls for the day, but I figured it would be better to bring them along with me than have them roam around the city unescorted.
I appreciate the opportunity for them to learn more skills, especially ones as valuable as sourdough crafting. I just would appreciate a little heads up.
And
in the
brownie
future.
making.
And brownie making, yes, delicious brownies. I was so worried for them for a while this morning.
Zanba just sort of like comes up. He's got his arms crossed, and he's just sort of nodding in agreement. I told her not to go. I told her she should apologize a whole lot. If you want, I could find a scourge so you can hit her.
No, that would not be necessary this time. Just in the future, a simple note so I may know where my servants are would be appreciated.
Yeah, you heard the man. Shinza just sort of like glares at her brother.
Oh, Sansa, be kind. Lady Blackwater has been very kind to us.
She seems like a very nice young lady. I trust her completely. I don't even know her at all.
So Blackwater whenever but at this point Caecilius has finished up his lunch and just sort of like dust off his jacket. Now shall we get going, sir?
As you wish.
Okay. And he starts heading towards the mud gate directly to your left.
Till the next time we meet, Lady Blackwater, just make sure to take care of my gnolls and return them back to the loft. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, I'm done with my deliveries pretty much if you wanted to take them. Or I'm happy to take them back for you. Either way.
Later, toots! I say as they walk off to meet Izo.
And you too, Mr. Blue Blood. Have a good day.
Please bring the nose so Jolly has to talk to himself more.
Yes, I believe I'll be able to. I'd like to escort them back to the loft myself. I might have some more work for them myself.
So you cut off there. So are you taking them or is she taking them?
I'm taking them.
Okay, of course. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's why you have retainers. Yeah. So she'll head off as you guys head out the mud gate.
I'm just gonna,
And-
as they're walking
sure.
out, I kind of grab Vivi by the elbow. Oh, what do we do? He won't recognize us, right? He doesn't know us lowlifes.
No, we're not. We're not even close to his level. There's no way he would recognize us unless he was
Yeah, he
probably
doesn't
scared
care,
us
right?
in the face for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. I heard he just stepped on someone's face one time when they were laying in the road. He just doesn't even. He won't notice people like us. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like that one time during the Wizard of Blas when you got stepped on, you tripped. It was great. Anyway, that's yeah.
Okay. All right. I told you not to mention that ever again.
Sorry, it was just funny. I remembered it just now for some
No,
reason.
no. Okay, it was pretty funny, but let's just pretend it was one of my understudies next time we tell the story.
Well,
Okay.
no one heard us. Okay, so we're good.
Are you two done back there? Says Caecilius. Have
Oh,
you heard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Wait,
Okay.
nothing to see here.
I just remembered something. It was
To be in your defense, it seems like he literally gives no shits about you. So, even if he does recognize you, he doesn't care. But he'll head through the gate and he'll head south, and that part of the beach is literally a beach. A lot of Seaward families will head to this little section, this little strip of land during the summer and enjoy, the privileges of being super wealthy and powerful. But it basically like hugs the tiniest, the faintest sort of offshoot of Mount Waterdeep. So you essentially have like a cliff right there. Dotting along the cliff are the remnants of battlements and old forts and stuff like that. Waterdeep used to actually be like a fortified defensive structure. It used to have castles all along Mount Waterdeep. A lot of Seaward villas actually may have pieces of sort of old forts incorporated into their architecture. And Caecilius is actually taking you guys up a very narrow pathway up that cliff towards the ruins of a old sort of fort. Once you sort of get to the top, he just sort of like will direct Izo to unload the barrels here, and he'll have his attendants get the rest. But he just has you come up to this old crumbling fort for some reason and start unloading it. As you're doing that, you notice that there are people here. There are goblins, a handful of goblins that are sort of moving to and fro with like construction materials and stuff like that. Looks like they're building something in here.
Interesting.
Well, it's been good doing business with you. Let us know when you need a new order.
Oh, Caecilius. May I call you Caecilius? What brings a man of your stature to, frankly, a dump like this, these little ruins over here, with all these goblins? Not to say anything about goblins, but you know.
Caecilius just sort of looks to you. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, you can just call me King.
Okay. King. We're holding a little shindig here in a couple of days. We're getting ready for the party.
A
Yeah.
party, you say?
Yes, exactly.
right. Shit.
Do you like parties?
Well.
Yes. That is a big yes from the both of
You
us.
said the P
But,
word.
Now, you have entertainment at this party? What kind of alcohol?
Yeah, actually we are.
Well, never mind. We just
Yep. We're serving beer, obviously. We'll have wine. And definitely entertainment.
Great. And what kind of company will you be keeping at this soiree?
It's invitation only.
Of course, naturally. Naturally.
Are you looking for invitations, gentlemen? He smiles cockily. I know what I just said. Shut up.
I would be quite. I would love to grace your shindig with my presence.
Actually, the reason
Oh.
I laughed was Eric's like facial expressions when he said that. It's like
Fair enough.
he was very much acting, and I loved it. Keep going.
Okay. But he sort of like gives a raised eyebrow to the comment about gracing basically your presence gracing him. Huh.
Yikes.
Well, we might be able
makes-
to arrange some.
He makes great company. He really is an icon in Waterdeep. You will be quite the socialite if you take advantage of this new up and comer.
What do you want? Selling tickets or something?
No,
It's an
I'm just
invitation.
always looking for people who might be interested to join the party. But that being said, Jim High, why don't you give me a persuasion check?
Okay.
Do I see Jort around?
Actually, I'm really glad you mentioned that because you do.
Okay,
Shit.
I figured.
I'm going to use my inspiration because I really want to go to this party.
God damn it.
Good use of inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
There we go.
Great.
Okay, crushed it. He raises an eyebrow. You know what? Sure. We're down a few. We have a few seats open anyway. Come on by. You can bring your and he'll look at Ezo and he'll look at Oz. You can bring your friends.
I'll be
Oh,
like
well.
picking something out of my.
How progressive of you.
What'd you say, Eric? Sorry.
I said, how progressive of you.
Thanks.
I
I'm a
like your
progressive guy.
style. Yes, indeed. Well then, now what time is this party?
Oh, it's going to be let's see, probably 10 p.m. On the 15th.
What day is it right now?
Today is the 11th.
So 4 days.
Mhm.
In the morning.
Also,
Yeah.
you would also
10
know
a.m.
that the 15th. No, 10 p.m.
Oh.
Also, you would know that the 15th is a holiday in Waterdeep. I believe it's called God's Day. It's basically considered like a day of.
Worship. A day of
A
cutting
day
out.
of it cut out your mic.
Rampant debauchery.
My favorite kind of day.
You're not playing Agony right now.
I don't know who that is. She sounds sexy as fuck though.
Why do you want to go to this thing so bad, Jim? Huh?
Why not? It's a party.
It's the P word. You
There's
said
gonna
the
be parties all around the city.
You said the
No,
P
but not-
word.
It's a party
Not
with
with-
someone of very apparent importance. We're gonna make some fine connections that night.
Oh, I gotta roll something. Hold on.
More importantly, he will have a lot of alcohol. He is
Connections.
very rich.
Wait, now you're talking my language. Connections. That's
But
good.
why someone like him have a party out here, outside of the city?
Drugs, maybe?
This is
That's
likely
cool.
to be a kind of party he might not want many to know about. And thus we can, 1, sell some
is.
drugs, and 2, get some dirt.
Yes, maybe
I
it's
like
more
the way you're
exclusive.
thinking
party.
again. Selling drugs.
Do things outside of Waterdeep laws, perhaps.
Debauchery, maybe.
It is the
Rampant.
National Day of Debauchery.
It's not. That's not what God's Day is, but okay. I'm just telling you right now. I mean,
Well, it depends on which god, I suppose.
all of them.
Yeah,
All
we
of the
worship.
fallen and risen gods, it's kind of a day that
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of falling and
limits the
rising.
use of magic. I'm just reading.
It is
I'm
the
not
day of
reading.
debauchery.
It's not
Fallen
and
debauchery at all whatsoever, but whatever, it's okay.
We usually celebrate all that on, God's Day Eve, and then God's Day proper. Oh boy!
Oh,
Oh boy.
oh boy. Oh boy.
I know Mickey Mouse joined the party. Oh!
I need to stop drinking this.
Or drink more.
You need to chug the shit out of
I'm
it.
not even halfway through it.
Finish it. Come on.
Uh,
I'm gonna drink
we're just
some
gonna
more.
find.
Finish it.
Finish it.
You want me to be alive at the end of the night?
Yeah, he'll be
No.
fine.
Everyone wants to run into a
Just
were
don't do what
rat.
you did that one time with the
What?
fucking elks.
The animal or the social club?
Oh. What? Social club?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's because you were so fucked up.
Oh no, I remember it, but I don't remember what specifically I did.
Nothing. I don't. Probably nothing.
It wasn't.
Yeah, there's an organization called the Elks. It's like a moose lodge.
There was 2 elks. It was in a basement, and there was about 7 of us.
Remember that one?
Somebody fucking elk?
Somebody
No.
did. No, the
Maybe.
elk fucked
That was a different
somebody.
game, actually.
Yeah.
yeah. Eric knows.
Bag of
Are we
elk.
talking about that?
We've had it all.
Are we talking about that room with the 2 elks in it?
Yeah,
Where
those
the
animals
storm keeps on
skeleton.
doing-
Fucking
Yeah.
Joe's games. Like,
Gabies.
I don't know.
There's a lot of elks. All these games.
Yep.
That's my favorite animals.
A lot of debauchery in that.
Ugh.
Both games, actually. Every game. Let's be real.
You're right. I would be nothing if not debaucherous. And it looks like Josh died again. It's okay. Who has a resurrection?
It's okay. He's actually a revenant.
Anyone have any diamonds? I need to stop. I'm gonna
Not
stop.
on me.
I'm done with drinking that.
No!
No.
I want you to get more drunk. I'm a
Drunker,
bad
faster,
influence.
more energy.
I'll eat your chicken. And
Eat the chicken and then wash it down with the Ford Loco.
I got.
I need to get more alcohol. I'm out.
Get wrecked. Do you want my Four Loco?
Oh, I have some spells, don't I?
Yeah, you're a ranger.
Or do I get that later?
You get that 3rd level.
Yeah, we're only level 2.
No. I think 2nd level you get spell casting.
I don't remember.
I
can't
think
remember.
Ranger. I think so.
Rangers have the same soul progression as paladins, right?
Yeah.
I play
think
a
you get, like-
ranger. I don't even know.
I think you get like 2.
Oh yeah, you do get it at level 2. Spellcasting. Look at
There you
that.
go. Look
And
at
then
that.
3 is the conclave, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 is the
Yeah, I want to have my
pet.
pet already. So I have 2 spell slots. Cool.
Did you take cure wounds like a good boy?
Nope. I have no healing abilities.
You son of a bitch.
Good man. Good man.
I got Zephyr Strike and Beast Bond.
Sick.
Good.
I think that's how you pronounce that. I could be completely wrong.
That no, you that's right.
Whoa.
Okay, guys. So, okay.
Josh sounds like
I'm
he's
gonna-
on his phone.
Because I am on my phone. My laptop just died,
Oh.
so I'm gonna have.
Yikes.
I know. Yeah. So I'm gonna be all night trying to figure this thing out. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to call it here. Short it. I know. Great way to start off the year. So
Oh, no worries, man.
Hey, it happens, dude. It
Yeah.
happens to all of us.
Okay, let's
that
do an
sucks.
improv game.
You have 3 days. You have 3 days, Josh, to figure this shit out.
You guys want to play
I'm
an improv
going
game?
to try. Right.
I work in IT.
You guys want to do
okay.
an imagination improv game? Hell yeah!
You guys do it. Do whatever. I gotta try and figure this thing out. So
Okay.
Good luck,
Oh.
Josh.
okay.
I'll be right,
Okay,
I'll be right
we
back.
got 1 yes. Anybody else want to do that?
I mean, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down.
2 down.
My
Okay,
head
1 to go.
is just.
Charlie.
Charlie said he had to go, but he'll be right back.
Oh.
So
He'll be right back.
I join.
Well, let's see. What the hell should we do? Let me just make some rolls here.
It's getting to the I need a nap point. That's what it's getting to. I'm gonna just drink water.
Bum, 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 ba-da-ba-da, ba-da, ba-da-ba-da, ba-da, 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 ba-da.
I might actually get off too as well. now that I think
Aw.
I know. Hey, we got
Yeah.
next week with Prince of Apocalypse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We do.
No.
I'm excited. I'm
Okay,
excited
well-
to get back into that game. I was doing some prep today before this
Nice.
game.
Same.
It's been so long since we played that game.
Yeah.
I think where we left off was like we're getting our way out
We
of
were
that.
about to get into a
uh,
fight.
I bet we can talk our way out of it. We've got like we got no reason to fight them. Really, we're just trying to get out. They want us out. They're just particular about us heading in that direction of out. And it's like I know that first thing I'm gonna just try and persuade them like, hey, we're trying to start killing people who don't need to kill us, and you guys are gonna start off real bad if you guys pick a fight with us. I'm not gonna pull that angle.
Yeah.
And gotta let them know like, hey, you're lucky that we're trying to be less murderous, because if we weren't, you'd have 2 fireballs on top of you right now. So
Maybe even 4.
yeah.
Oh, we're
Appreciate
talking
your
about
good luck
that?
and
Oh, that game.
yeah, just
Yes.
let them like, hey, appreciate your good fortune and that we're trying to be more merciful now, and let us just walk past.
We'll see.
I should not have showed my hand. Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, now we can prepare for it if that happens. Not happen.
Yeah.
I
I'm.
mean, I'm ready to set fireballs to anything at all times.
Yeah. They are clustered.
I will defend myself. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Depending on where we go in that game, I would be interested to at some point incorporate the stronghold rules. If you
Mhm.
guys have been looking at those at all,
I
don't know
haven't
if you've
looked
seen
at
any of
them,
those things.
I haven't
but
taken a look at that.
I know of it because you guys been talking about it. I don't know details, obviously, but I know.
They're-
it's
I look
something.
forward to doing that with our bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I peeked around a little bit, and they all seem very like class coded. Are there any like I think are there any like neutral strongholds in that book?
They're. It's kind of confusing how it works. Like you would build a certain kind of stronghold that has a different ability,
Utility.
and then you have different. You can build different like. You can like theme it in a certain way to like assist your class, basically. So they're like there are very class specific abilities that you get.
Okay.
That's cool.
But the idea of the book, which I think that I would change this if we implemented it in our game. The idea in the book is that like you get this stronghold, and you like have like each player would have their own, and they're all like spread out, and you each like have your territory that you control.
Gang
So it's-
wars.
So it's more like for a campaign where you're playing like this like political nation building thing, and so like
okay.
you would each kind of like go after
Have
an
your own
adventure. You'd each like go home to your land and like take care of your political issues at home, and then every once in a while you'd like get together and go on your adventure.
Okay.
So that's kind of what it's built for, I think.
Interesting.
But
Yeah,
you
well,
can kind
I
of
mean-
tweak that.
What you could do instead of having like a class ability, we could have like a group ability or something like that.
Well, I think what I might do is just like
Tweak
put
it.
all like allow the one stronghold to serve for all of you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, so like all of you
Nice.
could kind of get your own abilities from the one spot.
Oh, that would work too.
Yeah.
Mhm,
So I feel like our current like best options for that, for where our stronghold would be in Princes, would be like so there's Red Larch, but that involve getting them to like us again and also getting Vagundar out of there. So that might be kind of rough.
Mhm.
Like I know Josh was talking about potentially like, turning this little like bandit hideout underneath this town
Underground, yeah.
into one. turning that into ours and kind of making this town our new base. I still like the idea of going back to Lance Rock and turning that into our little fortress.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely have options to do it, and if it is something you want to pursue, we
What
can
we
make
do
it
is
happen.
we
You
take
just gotta like find a spot and take it over.
We gotta take over the tower of the that old wind.
Valklandar.
Yeah, the Valkandar tower.
Wait,
Oh yeah, the thing that we passed by on the way.
Is it Valkandar?
the
The
tower.
Feathergale?
You mean the Feathergirl tower that was just
Oh,
completely
sorry, I
destroyed?
meant
the
other-
destroyed one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
They
We
destroyed
could
it. Yeah,
refurbish
Well,
it.
you haven't been there
It's
yet since it
completely-
was destroyed.
Well,
Oh yeah, we don't know. It's
I assume it's completely destroyed.
yeah,
We
we
don't
haven't
know.
seen it, so we don't know how bad it is. It could be salvageable. But I
It
do
also
kind of
could
the idea
be-
of taking.
It could be occupied too. We don't know.
Not true. I do like the idea of taking over one of the like the elemental cults like top level hideouts. That way we can have our hideout be right on top of an entrance if we want to kind of just go up and down.
Are you still working with the dungeon? Is like every cult leads to the same dungeon? Are you still doing that, or are you doing something different?
I've changed it a little bit from
Okay.
the book, but
Because I remember you mentioning that. Because if that's true, then
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't want to be in that tower. It might lead to, I don't know.
yeah.
Or maybe we do want to meet. Maybe it's even better. I don't know.
I think the idea of Lance Rock because it's not associated with a town. That way we have a much easier time getting a motley crew of creatures that towns typically wouldn't like. Like, you know, the Knoll question. We can have them hang out on Lance Rock with us.
Is Lance Rock the one with all the zombies that we tore through?
Yes.
Or
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that
First
was
dungeon.
pretty cool.
First dungeon, so it has that nice kind of callback effect too, which would be really satisfying.
This is a good dungeon.
Yeah.
I had to show off my character a little bit. What happened to you, Eric?
What happened to me?
Yesterday. Just kidding.
Oh man, yeah, that was that was the worst. Well, it was actually pretty cool getting stuck in the snowstorm. To be honest, it was pretty fun.
Were you at the airport or what happened?
No, I was in Lake Tahoe over the weekend. You guys know where that is? In the
No.
Sierra
Yeah.
Nevadas.
It's in
It's like
Nevada.
a big lake. Yeah, it's on the border of California and Nevada, where there's
Sounds
like that
familiar.
little kind of corner.
My neighbors
And-
go there. I haven't been there though.
And they had a big blizzard this weekend, and I was up there. I stayed after the holidays in California and was working from there, and then I went up because it was my youngest cousin's 21st birthday. So we all
Damn.
went and partied
Got effed up.
up there and went to the
Nice.
casinos and on State Line. Well, we went there once, but we got snowed in the rest of the time.
Cool.
But we like lost power, and we had to like heat ourselves and cook our meals on the wood burning stove, and
Fun.
so it was like
Fun.
kind of,
Way fun.
it was pretty cool, and we like got to go snowshoeing and all this like fresh powder and stuff. So it was pretty cool. But then I got stuck there, and I had to miss my flight on Monday. So then on yesterday I went and just like hung out at the airport until I could get a flight. So I had to miss our game last night for our other group, but so yeah, it was actually like a fun weekend. It was just stressful trying to get back here.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you didn't miss out too much. What did we do?
I feel like we had fun. We were having fun.
Oh, it was
We
great. I
caved
loved
and
it.
shit. Yeah. You got frostbite.
All right.
Mm,
I'm gonna head out, guys.
got eaten.
Okay.
All right.
Later.
Good night,
Later,
Charles.
Charlie.
Bye, guys.
Good night, Charles.
Did you guys go up to the Hand
temple.
of Anam?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
went to
we
the
did.
hand and we took the portal and then we went through like a trial.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
nice.
pop off as well. Catch you guys next time.
All right. Good night,
Okay.
Kyle.
See
Later,
ya.
guys.